what is going on, boys? Welcome back. It is MMA Jack, and today we are going to be going over the UFC Kansas City Fight Night main card. Really solid main card, solid fight night in general, and finally they're really starting to ramp up the fights in front of the fans again, so anything out of the Apex is good. We love that. Thank you for the support on the last video. We've been doing really well. Every single video we're increasing in likes, subscribers, so I really appreciate the support. Please like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy the content. It helps me a lot, and it's free to you. I'm a little bit sick today, but we're going to push through this one for you guys. So if my voice sounds a little off, that's why. But let's go ahead and get right into this main card. Now, I'd like to do a little bit self-glazing. The OG MMA Jack fans may notice that we have a new graphic for the fighter designs. I think it looks a lot better. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But I'm really happy with it, and I'm trying to improve improve a new thing on each video. So hopefully you guys enjoy the new graphics. But let's move on. We got Ikram, Aliskerov, and Muniz. First of all, I want to point out Ikram actually looks like a bear. This dude is not losing this fight. As many of you know, Ikram was knocked out in his last fight against Robert Whittaker, but that was on very short notice and an extreme jump in competition. Before that, he had knocked out guys like Warley Alves and some cans for sure, but Ikram's really good. He can grapple, he has heavy hands, he's going to find the chin. I think he just jumped up too quick with that Whittaker fight. Muniz is kind of a one-trick pony. He's a big jiu-jitsu guy, jiu-jitsu specialist. Almost 70% of his wins are by submission. And I trust the wrestling of Aliskerov here to be able to defend that on the ground. And I think he has a clear advantage on the feet, that being Aliskerov. So I'm going to look for Ikram to get him out of here within the first or the second round. Muniz he's tough, but he can definitely be cracked. He's lost to knockout a couple of times. So I think these odds are here for a reason, and we're going to start off the night with Ikram Aliskerov by KO TKO. So interestingly, both of these guys were kind of robbed in their last fights. I was actually there for one of them, Randy Brown at UFC 310. I thought he beat Brian Battle, but the judges gave it to him. And Nicolas Dalby in his last fight lost to Renat Fakhretdinov, which a lot of people called a robbery as well. But I don't think there's going to be a robbery this fight. I think Randy is going to get this done. And I've honestly been going back and forth on this one a lot because Dalby's a fucking monster. I mean, when he's in the pocket, he's live, dude. He's a live dog. He's such a brawler. And although sometimes he fights with reckless abandonment, he's like really accurate at the same time. He has a weird style. I don't really know how to describe it, but the only reason I'm picking against him is because he's 40 years old. And, I mean, that's old for the fight game, man. Randy's younger. He's a lot lengthier. I think he can do a good job of shutting down Dalby's craziness and stay out of danger. That's what Randy does really well. And, honestly, if this were a couple of years ago, I might have picked Nicolas Dalby to win. But I think strictly on the age principle, I can't go with him. Even though he looked really good in his last fight, like I said, against Renat, a lot of people thought that was bullshit, including me. But, I mean, once you hit 40 years old, it's kind of hard to pick, especially Randy Brown's pretty good. Like, he's just right outside the rankings. And like I said, he has the perfect skill set to counter what Dalby can throw at him offensively. So we're going to go with Randy Brown by decision for this one. Going into this next fight, I think this is a battle of whose cardio is going to fade the quickest, because both of these guys are known for having not the best cardio. I think Abus will actually be able to pull this one off, and I know the fans are going to be happy about that, including myself. I hope Pereira wins. I hope I'm wrong. But he's only lost to the best of the best. He lost to Kyle Baralho, who he was actually out striking, and Baralho just smudged him to a decision. And he lost to Sean Strickland on short notice. Michel Pereira got absolutely dog-walked in his last fight by Anthony Hernandez. I mean, he had nothing. He threw his best shots in the beginning. Hernandez ate him, took him down to the ground, mauled him round after round, and finally, it was brutal. He gave up in round 5, TKO'd. I think Abus has the potential to take him down. I don't think that's how this is going to play out, but the grappling does favor on Abus's side. And I think his chin is pretty good, to be honest. He's fought, 27 times, lost 6 times. He's only lost twice ever by knockout. And Michel Pereira could definitely knock him out, but I don't know. I just see Abus being able to stay out of the danger zone and outstrike him. He's a clean striker. It's just the only thing is really his cardio that worries me. But then also Michel Pereira is the same way. I think Abus is a cleaner striker, and I think we'll be able to keep this at distance, kind of take some of the bigger shots from Michel in the start of the fight, but then as the fight goes on, I think Michel will start to fade a little more than Abus, and I think he'll be able to put it on him. So, yeah, give me Abus Magomedov. Not a confident pick. I'm not telling you guys to throw the house on him, but I think it is a good underdog opportunity here. Give me him by decision. Now, here's another great underdog opportunity that I like a lot. And honestly, I've seen a lot of people picking against Giga, but I think Giga's got this one pretty convincingly from what I've seen. Giga's never been knocked out, and David Onama is absolutely peak entertainment. I mean, him and Nate the Train, that fight, I think it was at like UFC Louisville or something a year or two ago, one of the most entertaining fights I've ever seen. But David is not technically sound at all. Okay, I'm not going to say it at all, but I mean, he's obviously pretty technically sound boxer, but he is going to brawl his balls off. And he is all about the chaos when Giga's the complete opposite. Giga's, I'm going to stay on the outside, point fight, pick you apart, and either try to get the knockout win or cruise to a decision, which is what we've seen in most of his fights. Giga's also faced a lot of great competition. He's fought Arnold Allen. He's fought a lot of people in the rankings. Onama's never touched anyone in the rankings. And I don't know. I feel like this stylistic matchup is perfect for Giga to use his strengths, which is, again, staying on the outside, point fighting. Could even get a knockout here. Who knows? The only concern is he's a little bit older. But I think, honestly, he's at the age where that's just... He's not super old to where that would be a detriment, although he didn't look great in his last fight. But I think the experience will show here. He's a pretty touted vet. So, yeah, let's go with Giga Chikadze by decision. Why does the UFC have to do Anthony Smith like this, bro? They're always putting him up against some insane fucking prospect. And, you know, credit to Anthony Smith, he did actually dethrone a prospect in Vitor Petrino with that choke at, I think it was like UFC Brazil, somewhere around there. But everyone, he was a heavy underdog. No one thought he would win. But at this point, man, it's just sad. Like, Anthony should not be fighting anymore, dude. He has 21 losses on his record. Like, what are you doing, UFC? You're feeding him Zhang Mingyang, who I get it. You know, you got to prop up your prospects against the older guys because it makes them look good. And I understand it, but you couldn't have given him, like, some heavyweight blob or something coming down to light heavyweight or something for a retirement fight, man. More other than Zhang Mingyang, because he's going to sleep him. And it's just sad to see, dude. Like, Anthony Smith's a really cool guy, and he's going to have a great career after in broadcasting. He's really good at being in the booth, but I don't know, man. Why you got to do him like that? I mean, we all know Zhang Mingyang is going to win this fight. That's all I really got to say about this one. If you're feeling brave, maybe throw $5 on it. Nah, don't. Just don't even do it, bro. Zhang Mingyang is going to win this. Pretty simple. KO, TKO. And we will see Anthony Smith retire. Now, this is going to be a great main event, fellas. Carlos Prates, who's one of my favorite prospects in the sport right now. As you can see on the graphic, he's ripping a cigarette post-fight. He's taking on Garry. And I have gone back and forth on this one the whole week. And honestly, I'm not even decided right now. So what's going to happen is I'm going to argue with myself. You guys can listen. And by the end of this video, we'll come to a consensus of who I think is going to win. Let's look at the pros on Prates' side. The striking, you know, it's tough to say who's a better striker, but I believe it is Carlos Prates. Garry, I was going to think Garry at first, but he kind of got really outclassed by MVP on the feet, who is a very good striker as well. But I couldn't see Prates getting that outclassed by MVP. So I think Prates is slicker. I think Ian is better at evading strikes. And I think Prates definitely has the power advantage here. He's finished all 4 of his fights in the UFC via KO, TKO. He has, like, freaky power, man. And that's why, honestly, I'm starting to lean Prates, because Also, you know what? I just thought of this too. Garry is very susceptible to a straight left right down the pipe. Shavkat hit him with one really bad, wobbled him up at 310. I saw that. I was there live for that. And Prates has one of the nastiest straight lefts. If you go back and watch his fight with Liang, he cracked him with that like 3 times before he put him out. And Liang had never been knocked out before. And that was the strike that put Prates in the position to eventually finish him with that left hook. He just kept cracking him with that right down the middle left hand. Garry also has a very good chin. He's taken shots from the who's who of the division. But, dude, I'm telling you, Prates just has this power, man. It's just unbelievable. Now, here's the heel of the entire fight is the grappling. How good is Prates at grappling? Honestly, we don't know. We have a hint. The Neil Magny fight, he did shut down all those takedowns. And although Neil's a little bit older now, I still hold that in high regard. I think also it's not really practical to do this because his camp isn't him. But the fighting nerds tend to have pretty good takedown defense, and even if they are taken to the ground, they usually are able to survive. So I could definitely see a situation playing out here where Gary's able to get him down, but he's not able to finish him. The cardio is a question too. I mean, Ian probably has better cardio than Prates. We've never seen him go 5 rounds, especially with the cigarettes too. I mean, that definitely can't help. I'm sure it's overhyped how much he's actually smoking, or he's playing it up for the attention, but definitely can't help with the cardio factor here. But I can't seem to shake this image of Prates getting Ian out of there early or cracking him really bad, and then Ian's a little bit more hesitant the rest of the fight, and there's definitely times where Ian gets him down, but Prates is able to out-damage him to a decision win. The smart play here is to take Garry because he's a lot more proven, especially with the grappling, but something's just telling me that Prates is going to get this done, and the Fighting Nerds aura is going to live on. But I can't give you guys a well-advised pick here. I'm going to go with Carlos Prates for record-keeping purposes, but would not be mad if you went with Garry, and I actually do think that is the smarter play. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you are new, welcome to the channel. We'd love to have you subscribe, stay around. Again, please like, comment, subscribe, and if you've made it this far, I really appreciate it. Sorry I wasn't in the highest of spirits today. I'm kind of sick right now, but wanted to get this video out for you guys, and yeah, hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next fight week.